and time, you'll have a tight caboose.
Have you guys heard this?
Steps for work off quiche and mousse.
Richard Simmons dropped this last night on his Facebook page. Some of it's in French. Work off your quiche and mousse, and you'll have a tight caboose. It's like he's in Berlin in 1991. How about that? People are always wondering what Richard Simmons is doing. He's been a recluse for so long. He's dropping Eurotrash like that. How about it? I love that. The song is called Aerobic, and he put it on his Facebook page. He said, I have a gift for all of you. Could this be his foray back into public life?
Maybe.
Could we welcome Richard Simmons back with open arms and he reestablishes himself? Maybe he's been spending all this time away from the public eye to completely reinvent himself as a septuagenarian club kid or something. It's pretty good. So if you're into that early 90s Euro house, Richard Simmons might be your ticket to something fun. We are exactly 1 month away from Guardians opening day and the solar eclipse. I don't know if you guys know this. Cleveland is in the direct path of the total solar eclipse. It's called the path of totality, and we are in it. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about this, so I don't know if the word has gotten out.
I've seen so many invites on like Facebook and stuff. Like people are sending me stuff, and all these companies are having these little private parties. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna stay home. It's gonna be crazy.
We have to be.
You're not going to stay home because you have a job.
We got the home opener.
He's like, I like the Airbnbs, by the way. I posted one today on my Instagram. The Airbnbs that are anyone with rental property. I'm not even talking about hotel rooms. Anybody with rental property in Northeast Ohio, at least in this path in and around Cleveland, are able to get top dollar because there are going to be so many more people looking for a place to stay. And I posted today just a screen grab from I'm burping again now.
Dude, you know what I was just going to say is that my stomach started to hurt in the last break. I thought I might have to poop, but now I'm just like uncomfortable.
Maybe it's like the second wave of our chip or something.
Well,
but
it's starting to digest. I bet it's starting to break down and the acid's hitting it and stuff for making it gurgle down there.
I'm getting hot burps now.
Yeah.
I don't have any burps, but mine is like my stomach is starting to not feel very good.
Yeah. All right, well, here we go. This is the second wave, right? We had a nice respite. No, but one of the screen grabs cracked me up because somebody is renting their house in Tremont on Airbnb for like $2,000 a night, right, for the eclipse or whatever. But one of the captions, it's a long picture of their game room. Nice place, by the way. Did you see it?
Yeah, you posted on your
game
Instagram.
room with 85-inch TV, Sonos surround, pool table, shuffleboard, farts, and wet bar. I assume they mean darts, but boy, what a place for a typo there.
It was funny because I was like, wow, you're getting real public. Like, I've never seen the inside of your house before, and you're posting it on Instagram. And then I read the
That ain't my house.
I thought it was your house.
A pool table and shuffleboard.
You're a millionaire. I figured
We're
you
living
might have a nice
not a
little game
millionaire.
room.
Shut up.
Might have a game room. You got a mansion.
I definitely have farts in my house.
Bavalage.
I have an 8-year-old, but no, I ain't got nothing like that. I don't even have a functional basement because the chimney is right in the middle of the basement. So it's what's that?
I said, do you got a pool?
A pool? No, I don't want a pool in Ohio. I still don't understand that. There's a house down the street from us that has an indoor pool.
An indoor pool?
Yeah, so that's pretty rad. But again, even that has got just the maintenance.
Maintenance is insane.
Oh, God.
We had a neighbor.
I wish we were zoned for a lazy river. We would absolutely put a lazy river in our backyard. But the whole pool thing, like, obviously, I understand.
Love a lazy river.
Yeah.
When we were in Jamaica, that was my favorite part.
It was great.
Floating on the lazy river with a drink.
Yep.
That was just so peaceful.
That's the best
so
part
nice.
of any, like, Caribbean vacation or whatever, is if there's a lazy river and a swim-up bar.
Well, no, like a hot tub. Like my roommates that were married, they had a hot tub, and we got so much use out of that thing. It's a winter thing. It's a summer thing. It's a spring thing. There's never a wrong time for a hot tub.
No, I'm with you on that. A hot tub, but a hot tub in the summer is not nearly as fun as a hot tub when it's a little bit colder out.
Hot tub in the summer at night is bomb because we had a whole.
Well, you are also having like orgies and stuff.
We know we
You're
were
going
not.
wild over that. I've heard about your stories.
No one
all
was.
them crazy stories. You guys were wild.
Slapping sounds.
I've definitely probably baked some sperm in there though, just cause.
Jeez.
Baked?
Well, if you sit
Not
there,
boiled.
Sorry, yeah, boiled. Sitting in there for so long because we would watch we would watch TV and watch movies. We would have movie night in there, and then we would have like a long a drink with a long straw. Like there was no reason. To
Human
get out
bacteria frap.
We had the
Gross.
pergola. Like it was a dream.
When we went to a few springs back when we took our daughter to the Nickelodeon Resort in Mexico, our room had a pool outside the deck was a pool. Like each suite had its own little pool. That was awesome.
That's amazing.
There was a huge pool down below with like swim-up bars and stuff like that. But like our deck was a pool. It was great. You just go out there and kick it if you wanted to. But no, that is not a picture of my house, Cody. But they have farts and a wet bar.
Well, what's fun at your
so
house?
What's that?
What's fun at your house?
I live there. I'm Captain Fun.
Oh.
Not like anybody notices it. I can't get. Nobody cares that I'm at my house, right? I'm this guy here, but at home I'm just the dude who's walking around doing stuff.
You don't have like a room that's a whole trampoline or like a virtual reality room.
Virtual reality.
What is it? 1991? The Lawnmower Man?
What am I gonna do
A
when I
virtual.
come over your house?
You're not coming over to my house. Don't you worry
how
about
am I
it.
gonna be entertained?
How will I be entertained?
So, hey, I want to use your trampoline room where you just jump and bounce off the walls and you hit the ceiling and stuff.
I just disassembled our trampoline in the backyard a couple of weeks ago. No, I don't have a trampoline room. No, I didn't. Like when I was a kid.
I got hurt on a trampoline, and I don't like getting on trampolines ever since.
When I was a kid, we had a ping pong table in the basement, but our basement growing up was all storage, so we didn't have like a finished basement. It was all storage. We had a ping pong table, but we didn't have like fun stuff. We didn't have a pool table. We didn't have a trampoline. None of that stuff. So whoever owns this house, I don't know, it's a pretty sweet game room, I guess. Pool table and, but shuffleboard. It's like what you used to have at Oak Tree.
Yeah, that was fun.
There was like a 2-year period where they put all these games in.
Yeah, like,
it was during COVID. Bill and I played pool like every
all the
day.
time. Yeah, that was fun.
Nobody else was there.
Because we were the only people there.
Yeah.
So exactly 1 month from today is the eclipse and Guardians opening day, which they have pushed back to 5/10, I think. The eclipse, for the first time in more than 200 years, will be here in Cleveland in the direct path. It starts around 2 o'clock. They say it will reach peak darkness around 3:13, and then the whole thing will be over around 4:30 p.m., and then they've pushed the start of the Guardians home opener to, I think, 5:10, so they can at least give people some breathing room for all the nonsense to kind of maybe clear out a little bit before they start the game.
Are they done with the renovations over there?
Boy, they're not done.
They're
I
not
see them,
but they're
still putting signs on. They were welding signs on the other morning. I don't.
They'll have stuff that's ready for this season, but that renovation is going to take a whole nother season.
I was going to say, there's no way they're getting all this done before opening day.
Okay.
I mean, it looked like they were doing a lot of stuff. I'm like, they got a month.
We got nice little blue chairs and stuff.
Nice little blue chairs.
Yeah, they changed the
chairs.
Seats. Yeah, the seats.
All of them?
Yeah, they're all blue now.
For progressive
I thought they already were blue.
field
No, they were
colors?
They were green.
And they were old, too.
So they're brand new blue chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't wait to stick a gun underneath them.
Stick what? Gum?
A gun.
I thought he said a gun.
I thought he said a gun,
I can't wait to
too.
stick a gun underneath them.
Stick gum
Wow.
underneath them.
Poundcake comes in hard. I mean, we're like, bro, we're just going to a baseball game.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I got anxiety. What you mean?
You're like those hill rods in Walmart. They're not walking in there unarmed.
I got to be there protected.
You don't know when something's going to pop off.
I stick gum underneath them.
Some guy got flamed, some dad at some spring training game. Did you see that where he body checks the kid because he's trying to get the ball?
No.
I think it was a Reds fan. They were watching the Reds play or something out in Arizona.
Well, that's like the same facility, basically.
That's
like,
what I'm saying,
right
yeah.
Next door to the guards.
And there was somebody watching, and there was a guy.
That's funny.
For like a dad. He's there with his wife and his 2 daughters, and he runs up to the thing because there's a foul ball coming. And there's a kid near him. There's a couple of little kids, and then there's a kid near him that looks like he's maybe 11 or 12, and he just body checks this kid. And one of the little kids ended up getting the ball, but all these people were like putting this guy on blast. They're like, this guy was trying to get he was trying to get a ball for his daughters. They couldn't care less. He wanted it for himself. Hey,
I'm always on the side of the guy that's living his childhood dream, getting that ball.
It's just bad optics.
Knocking a kid over to get the ball?
Yeah, that kid learned a valuable lesson. Nothing in life is easy. That guy got the ball that he always wanted.
And
He didn't
potentially
even get the ball, though. That's hilarious. That's
Right.
even funnier.
Potentially the kid has many more years to get balls. Hey, Duke.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Hello, Duke.
All this ball talk.
Uh-huh.
God.
Yep. You're going to come in, though, with a touch of class, aren't you?
No, oh, hell no.
Oh, all right.
Are you kidding me? Touch of class. Touch of crass, maybe.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Well, is Dr. Bergland on here in a little bit?
He's going to be in, in about 20 minutes or so.
Got a little tingling dingle?
I won't be around, but, you guys are too young to know about Viagra. I'm getting up in age, and I asked my doctor about it, and he said, it'd be like putting a new flagpole on a condemned building. But
yeah.
But this goes back when Viagra was first come into the market. It was very expensive, hard to get. And my buddy tells me this story from years ago that he went to his doctor. He said, Doc, I'm getting up in age, and my wife is getting up in age, and I'm having trouble, taking it to her. And the doc says, well, there's this new stuff out called Viagra. He says it'll, help you along for about 4 hours. He says, but it's darn expensive. It's new. It's like $2,000 a pill. And the guy says, well, if it'll help my marriage, I suppose I could try it. And so he comes back a week later and pays the doctor, and the doctor again warns him. He says, you expect your wife home, give it about an hour ahead of time, and then you're good for 4 hours. So guy goes home. He's expecting his wife to show up. He takes the pill. Doesn't she call? She's got to work late. She can't make it home. And what's he going to do? So he's kind of pissed. He spent all this money. He calls the doctor up. He says, Doc, I took the pill, but now I got 4 hours and nobody's here. The guy says, well, listen, you're pretty well off. He says, you got a maid, don't you? The guy says, yeah. Well, he says, go get with the maid. He says, well, I don't need Viagra to screw the maid.
His wife's ugly.
Right. Put a bag over your head and do your business. I understand what's happening there.
God, that was a pregnant silence.
Oh, Duke. Well, right. That's the trouble with Viagra. There's a lot of pregnant silences these days.
Yeah, they give it to my buddy owns a nursing home. He gives it to the guys so they don't roll out of bed.
Right. All right. Thank you, Duke.
Thank you, Alan.
All right, there's Duke out there in Bay Village.
Like a kickstand.
Pillar of the community. Kickstand. That's right.
My divorce song was CeeLo Green, F.U. I can't believe that people even got divorced before that song came out. And since then, that should be everybody's song.
The N-word, too, in that song, don't they? Yeah. Cut out the F word, cut out the N word. Mm-hmm. What's left? Really?
No fun.
Forget you. I'll go to a break here in a minute, but on the subject of the eclipse, the city of something, what's the city? It's a suburb of Austin, and they are also in the path of totality. It's in Bell County. And they have declared a state of emergency. They've already declared an emergency there in Texas because they're trying to tell everybody you should get ready for fuel shortages and massive crowds and all this kind of stuff. If history is any guide, even if you're not going anywhere on that day, make sure you got a full tank because people bleed the local, gas stations dry. They clean the shelves out because there's such a massive influx of people who come in and then leave. I don't know if there's anything like that in the offing in Northeast Ohio, but down there in north of Austin. And, all the cities in that path, all those points on that curve, Little Rock and Cleveland. And I don't know if Cincinnati's in there, but they're like, buy groceries ahead of time, be prepared for cell phone disruptions because there's so many people on their phones and blah, blah, blah. Check with your local ordinances, and if you can avoid travel, avoid it. We'll be down here already. We'll be doing the show live from Progressive Field, which, as I've just learned, is full of brand spanking new blue seats.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to break here. We'll be joined shortly by Dr. Ryan Berglund. He's from the Cleveland Clinic, and he's here to help guys. Something weird going on down there. We do a segment called Is It Red? And a lot of you have been sending me questions ahead of time. Want to email me? It's just alan@alancoxshow.com. Otherwise, we'll take your calls and your texts and all that. If you want to get on the line, if you've got a question for him, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell me to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
Our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Coming back to Fox Monday, April 1st. Get ready to win your way there to see Justin